We are Ben and Kathleen Struss, your missionaries to Bogor, Indonesia. We live in the largest island nation in the entire world. There's a population of over 276 million people. There are people literally everywhere, but the majority of them don't know Jesus.
They are the never reached. And when I say never reached, I mean that they will never read a Bible, never enter the doors of a church. They'll never meet a Christian, and they'll never hear about Jesus unless someone goes and tells them. I remember landing in Indonesia 8 years ago, and I was so overwhelmed. There was people everywhere, and the need seemed so big. Now listen, the mission is simple, Indonesia for Jesus, but I quickly realized that there was no way that we could accomplish the mission on our own.
God birthed a dream in our hearts. And what better way to reach people than to mobilize as many people as possible toward a common mission, Indonesia for Jesus. This is why in November 2019, we planted International Church Bogor. We had over 200 people at our grand opening, and within the first 4 months, we saw 50 people get saved. People were water baptized and saved from their sins, and what God did was miraculous. This is what we have learned so far in the journey, is that we confidently go because Jesus said he would build his church. We can be confident that if we obey in going, Jesus will be faithful in building. Jesus asked his disciples in Matthew 16, "Who do people say that I am?" In Indonesia, they say he's a good prophet, a good teacher, but they have yet to know him as their Lord and Savior. No one has ever told them. They don't believe not because they've rejected him, but because no one has ever come to share with them. We hold no confidence in our ability to win Indonesia for Jesus, but we are fully confident that if we proclaim Jesus as Savior, he will build his church.
Yeah, we've also learned that we can courageously go because not even the gates of hell will prevail against the church. And we've seen God heal people. We've seen God rescue people from their sin. We've seen God heal the brokenhearted. And we've learned that nothing will stop the gospel from prevailing. Kingdom advancement is hindered for lack of courage. The lost, they're waiting. They're ready to hear, but they're saying, who will be brave enough to take the gospel and give us an invitation? I want to tell you about one person, Ali. Last year, this man and his family started coming to our church, and they began to get involved in our life groups and church activities. They began to read the Bible in their own language, got involved in a small group Bible study. Well, I can report to you that because of confidently and courageously going, that Ali was baptized in water, telling the world that he wanted to be a follower of Jesus.
Yes, and this is one story rewritten by the power of God. But we believe we are just getting started. We've seen God move, but we want to see more, and we are all part of it.
In the next 5 years, this is what we see. We see 5 churches planted in West Java, Indonesia, in some of the most difficult to reach areas of our province. We also see a physical, permanent location being established in the city of Bogor for our ministry. We want this to be a ministry center and a place for our worship services where people can know God, they can discover their purpose, and that they will be equipped to make a difference in this world. And we know that we can't do it on our own. We want to say a huge thank you to each of you, to each of the churches that are behind us. We couldn't do it without you.